Peasant Productions presents the math of ESP, why it works even if you don't believe in it. Okay, I'm kind of rambling on here about the benefits of space versus governments telling you and religions too, because governments and religions, the same damn thing, okay? They both want you to worship them, they both will collect some kind of taxes or tithing, they both will threaten you with death, or throw you out of the country, or throw you in prison, or throw you in a dungeon. Okay, they will ostracize you from society if they have to make you pay and play their game. Okay? Now, the reality of the freedom, if you are a democracy, you aren't afraid of anybody challenging you. You will sit down and debate. Debate is not Donald Trump slinging his foul-mouthed curses at everybody and talking about how he's going to sue the snot out of somebody until they got no money left, so that way he wins. Okay? Most people in America don't understand that that's what their court system is right now. It's a series of bench lies. The courtroom knows that it is playing the game to make money, not for justice. Therefore, it is quite willing to take bribes, it is quite willing to lie. So going in and suing somebody might be an advantage somewhere to somebody, but it doesn't really amount to anything. You don't do anything, you don't change anything. No laws really get changed. Little bits and pieces here and there. What the government calls placating, peacefully submissive behavior of your masses. Placating, I think that's the right way. The masses. You give them a little crumb or two of a piece of cake and you tell them, you get this whole big cake over here. Here's a taste of the icing. Now shut up and leave and get out of here. Yeah. So, governments can't have you someplace where you have freedom. That's why when there was too many people going west in the United States, the military had to get out there and have the wars because they didn't want people to realize that Native Americans were actually peaceful people with a civilization that went thousands of years back, and languages and knowledge and even a written language going on by the Cherokee and other tribes were able to communicate writtenly, and multiple languages were spoken by people and things like this. That was all washed away. That's all buried. You don't hear about that because the United States government doesn't want you to understand that they dominated that area by warfare, by dirty tricks. They're doing the same thing everywhere else, everywhere you turn around. So space exploration out there, it scares the snot out of them. That's why Star Trek kind of was back and forth a little bit with what it was trying to do. It was trying to teach you peaceful things. When Next Generation comes out, there's a lot less scientific effort and a lot more war effort in it. Okay, it's still science-based. It's still, the whole, Gene Roddenberry dream there was being out in space where, doing stuff because it was scientifically motivated, not because it was pirate and bandito motivated. How much can we steal? And I kind of have to have some fun. This is a document. It's quite hard to see. I don't have any of this left. I don't know that you can really see that in there if it's focused in properly or not. But this is dot matrix, folks. That means it was printed in like the 1980s, early 1990s. And my opening comment here, there is some amusement to the thought of having faith. To most people, the meaning of having faith is to pray for what you want and forget your God the rest of the time. So, if in the 1980s I was writing this stuff and saying this stuff and doing this stuff, and you people still want to say that I'm insane because I'm still 100% correct about what's going on your planet, aren't I? You have polluted everything, you are warmongers, you're running around trying to throw bombs at everybody. Everything you do is divide and conquer based on the Roman principle, which is actually something they stole prior to them, was used in Egypt quite a bit, it was used in Mesopotamia, and all of that, where you went around and you blamed that other guy. I mean, that's the whole Jewish religion, okay? The theoretical Moses took half of the population of Egypt out of Egypt. There is nothing in Egypt that shows a bloodline of Moses. There is nothing of Moses walking out and the civil discord that would have lasted at least a decade, 10 years. More likely 20 to 25 years, as the aristocrats in Egypt had to learn to wash their own floors, clean their own clothes, cook their own meals, and still be able to go out and have wars in other countries. Yeah. Another amusing thing was that Moses's peaceful slaves with no money picked up their possessions and walked out. Apparently, somewhere in there is stuff that I don't pay too much attention to. A month or so later, a couple of months later, something like that, Moses led his people into war with full armor, full swords, all the weapons they needed and all of that to defeat another country. Yeah. It's kind of funny. How does somebody totally broke turn around and have, you know, multi-millions of dollars to buy weaponry? It's all a fantasy. And it's all written around the idea of keeping you from doing anything, and you're always blaming that other person over there, so you're never looking at reality. It's just like, I'm sitting here sending, you know, storm after storm after storm on the United States and everything that's its ally, shaking my rain sticks, you know, screw your butts, you know, this is my job. I'm to wash all the dirt and filth off of the surface of the planet and get it cleaned up so in 100 million years from now it can be populated again with something that lives. You people are so busy worrying about Donald Trump wanting to throw bombs, and because Syria might have done this, or Russia might have said that, or somebody might have stolen an email, that you don't care that your country is going underwater. You don't care that your infrastructure is being totally destroyed. You don't care that your food supply system is so badly damaged right now that nobody wants anybody talking about the food shortages that are starting to happen. The empty aisles, the high prices, the shipments that cannot get through because something wiped it out or delayed it. The frost that killed off, which they should have been selling now, or the buds that got wiped out of the trees as this, you know, super freeze goes passing through the southeast and stuff like that. So yeah, you people are looking everywhere but at the facts, everywhere but at the data, everywhere but at what you're supposed to be doing or paying attention to, because it's your planet, which is the only place you live. You do not have anywhere else to live. And you're much more interested in chasing conspiracy theories and who's a fake news person than you are looking at any of the data. So that's why I say, you look at what I offer. You go into space, I teach you how to create an environment to live in, to create your food. It produces all the energy that you need for anything you want to do. And whatever culture you take up with you, you get to keep. There's no arguments there. Now you run around and start acting like a bunch of Vikings, you know, and attacking everybody else, and sure, somebody's going to get pissed off and come back and attack your ass. Okay? The probability that you need to do so is near zero. The probability that you will have time to waste going to war when you should be producing productive, beneficial actions for your own survival is also quite low. You're not going to go to war because there's not going to be any reason to. The idea that you're going to want free enterprise and you're going to want intelligent people and you're going to want people that can think. You know, you don't want to be somebody that if a micrometeorite hits your space station, the only thing you can think of is hitting that little red button. Oh God, call the police! No, get off your butt and go fix the problem. Okay. 99% of the problem with cities is that you are taught to wait for somebody else to do something. Most people don't understand that if you do not stand up against corruption, you have sat down in support of it. Okay? That's one of the biggest ironies of me having 25 years of fighting for my human rights and my son's human rights, is listening to people say, oh, somebody else is supposed to do it. And going through a list of about 100 to 150 organizations in the United States that all collect money to help people who are disadvantaged because the law is beating up on them. And in every single case, the people have always said, oh, you're not a money-making machine for me. I don't want to talk to you. Oh, you're a man wanting your rights. No. Right now, society only wants to hear about women having rights. They don't care about men. They don't care about white or pink or blue or black. They only care about whether or not it's a woman. Problem is an awful lot of women are the ones that made that comment to me. So the women don't give a shit about human rights. They give a whole lot about their arrogance up here. They want to think they're doing something because they got little pretty, special little, gold earrings, that says, oh, I'm a rights defender. Okay. So yeah, you need to stop and really rethink what you're doing and why you're doing it. And you need to realize that getting out into space really is an intelligent action because you don't have much of any choice. You need to figure out a solution for the pollution that you have dumped on your own home planet that you have nowhere else to go to, and you do not have any kind of Superman coming because you told them all to get the fuck away. Have a good day.